Welcome back to High Stakes. Elevate your betting game by hitting that subscribe button and ensure you never miss out on our daily content. Want exclusive access to premium betting picks? Join our Patreon. Links are waiting for you in the comment section below. Stay ahead of the game with High Stakes. In this video, we offer expert analysis and top-tier betting picks for a thrilling slate of matchups, including Bowling Green versus Michigan State, Hofstra versus Massachusetts, UMass, James Madison, JMU versus Towson, Northern Illinois, NIU versus Bradley, Loyola Marymount versus St. Louis, Fresno State versus Cal State Bakersfield, Santa Clara versus Nevada, Pepperdine versus UC Irvine. Stay with us for in-depth insights and predictions designed to guide your betting decisions. Bowling Green versus Michigan State. This matchup offers a prime opportunity for Michigan State to bounce back following their recent loss to Kansas, providing them a chance to put together a complete performance against a solid opponent. MSU holds the upper hand in key areas, particularly on defense, and should have no trouble using their strategies to stifle Bowling Green. While Bowling Green shines in offensive stats, they will face a significant step-up in competition here. The Falcons may struggle to find their rhythm against a team of MSU's caliber. Marcus Johnson provides a strong presence in the paint for Bowling Green, but MSU's forwards, such as Kohler and Feidler, bring more athleticism and will outpace the Falcons' defenders in the low post. This will wear down Bowling Green's interior defense, slowing down their offensive attack and limiting their effectiveness on the other end. Michigan State's dominance in their first two games, winning by spreads of 24 and 36, suggests that a 21-point cover here is entirely within reach. MSU has been averaging 82 points per game, and given Bowling Green's defensive struggles, they could easily surpass that mark. Look for MSU to dominate in a get-right game in front of their home crowd. Pick MSU minus 21 points. While Michigan State's defense will undoubtedly shine, Bowling Green's offense, averaging 86.7 points per game, gives them the ability to contribute enough to push the total over. MSU could easily surpass their usual scoring average, making an overbet enticing. Despite MSU's defense being the focal point, the total line of 149.5 seems low, given how MSU's efficient offense can generate scoring. Coach Izzo's emphasis on defense, as demonstrated by MSU's top 10 ranking in KenPom last season, coupled with his preference for a slower, deliberate offense, has led to a lower total here. MSU's style is especially effective against lesser opponents, like Bowling Green, whose defense will likely struggle to keep pace. With MSU doing most of the heavy lifting on the scoreboard, take the contrarian approach with the over at 149.5 points. Hofstra versus Massachusetts, UMass. When examining the KenPom net ratings early this season, Hofstra ranks 150th with a plus 0.84 net rating, while Massachusetts sits at 119th with a plus 4.28 rating. Both teams have shown solid shooting percentages, with Hofstra at 46.2% and UMass at 45.1% from the field. However, Hofstra has been more consistent in terms of overall efficiency, making them a strong pick to cover the spread on the road. Prediction: Hofstra plus 5.5 points. Hofstra has proven capable of winning in low-scoring games, as evidenced by their 49-point victory in their most recent contest. Meanwhile, UMass has struggled to hit the 70-point mark in their last two outings. In terms of offensive ratings, Hofstra ranks 186th nationally with a 108.9 rating, while UMass is slightly worse at 215th with a 106.9 rating. With both offenses not posing a major threat, expect a slower-paced game. Pick under 145.5 points. Neither team has shown the ability to generate a high-scoring affair, making the under a more appealing choice for this matchup. James Madison, JMU versus Towson. James Madison may be the more familiar name in this matchup, but the spread suggests we should back Towson, who is favored at home. Despite JMU's recognition, Towson offers value in this game, particularly with their efficiency metrics. At KenPom, Towson ranks 141st in adjusted efficiency margin, plus 1.90, while JMU sits lower at 178th, minus 1.59. This efficiency gap aligns closely with the spread. Towson's edge comes from their home court advantage and greater team chemistry. JMU underwent significant turnover following their second-round NCAA tournament run last year, which likely contributed to their surprising loss to Norfolk State, 83-69. I'm confident Towson, projected to be a strong contender in the CAA this season, will cover the spread. Prediction: Towson minus 3.5 points. Both teams struggle offensively, with JMU ranking 172nd in adjusted efficiency, scoring 104.0 points per 100 possessions. Towson is slightly better at 153rd with 104.9 points per 100 possessions. When it comes to tempo, Towson is one of the slowest teams in the country, ranked 328th in adjusted tempo with 68.2 possessions per 40 minutes. For context, there are 362 Division I teams. JMU is not much faster, sitting at 268th with 69.5 possessions. Towson's defense has been solid, allowing only 63.3 points per game so far. Given the slower pace and defensive focus, expect a low-scoring affair. Prediction: under 138.5 points. Both team styles point to a game that stays under the total, with Towson's defense and slow pace keeping the scoreline manageable. Northern Illinois, NIU versus Bradley. While Bradley holds a clear advantage in net ratings, ranking 98th with a plus 7.12 net rating compared to Northern Illinois' 307th and a minus 10.85 rating, there isn't enough of a gap to justify such a large spread. Northern Illinois has surprised some critics, especially in their defense, holding Monmouth to just 66 points. Offensively, the Huskies have been efficient, shooting 51.8% as a team, while Bradley is slightly behind at 50.6%. Despite Bradley's stronger overall metrics, I'm confident Northern Illinois can cover the substantial spread, especially given their solid shooting and ability to keep games competitive. Prediction: Northern Illinois plus 18.5 points. Both teams have shown they can score effectively so far this season. The Huskies are 122nd in offensive rating, 114.2, while Bradley is just behind at 129th, 113.5. While both teams also play respectable defense, their offenses should be able to put up points. Prediction: over 147.5 total points. With both offenses firing at a high level, I expect the scoring to push the total over 147.5 points, even with both teams playing solid defense. This matchup should see a fair amount of offense, making the over a strong play. Loyola Marymount, LMU versus St. Louis. Both teams come into this matchup with a 1-1 record, though Loyola Marymount enters after a tough loss, while St. Louis is coming off a win against a non-D1 opponent. One key player for the Billikens will be missing in this game, which could hurt them, but they showed resilience in a close game against Santa Clara in their opener. In contrast, LMU struggled significantly with their shooting in their last game, and that issue is likely to persist here, especially in their first road game of the season. Despite the absence of a key player for St. Louis, the Billikens still have the offensive and defensive depth to secure the win. LMU's struggles to shoot will continue, and St. Louis' well-rounded play will help them cover the spread. Prediction: St. Louis minus 4 points. While both teams saw their games go over the total in their respective contests against D1 teams, I'm leaning toward the under in this matchup. Loyola Marymount has had trouble shooting, particularly in their last home game, and that trend should continue on the road. St. Louis runs at a moderate pace, ranking 122nd in possessions per game, while LMU is significantly slower, sitting at 294th. Given the lack of fast breaks and the lower shooting efficiency expected from LMU, this game is unlikely to see a high point total. Prediction: under 151 points. Expect a more deliberate pace and a lower scoring game, making the under a solid choice. Fresno State versus Cal State Bakersfield. Fresno State enters this matchup off their first loss of the season, while Cal State Bakersfield has won 2 straight after a season-opening defeat. Despite the Roadrunners' recent success, their opponents haven't been top-tier teams, and one of those was a non-D1 opponent. However, Bakersfield has been efficient offensively, with 3 of their top 4 scorers shooting over 58% from the floor. On the downside, their defense allowed opponents to shoot 52% in their last game. Fresno State, on the other hand, gave up 91 points in their most recent game, but still managed to score 86 and cover the double-digit spread. Like last season's matchup, expect this game to be competitive, but Fresno State's overall talent and depth should prevail in a close contest, allowing them to win and cover the spread once again. Prediction: take Fresno State. While the previous meeting between these teams went under the total, I'm leaning toward the over in this game. Cal State Bakersfield ranks 272nd in the nation in possessions per game, but they scored 86 points in their last contest, and Fresno State plays at a faster pace, ranking 58th in possessions. Neither team showed strong defense in their last outings, but both shot the ball well and generated high-scoring totals. With both teams likely to score efficiently, the game should feature more points than their previous matchup. Prediction: take the over. Expect a higher scoring, fast-paced non-conference game, making the over the more attractive bet. Santa Clara versus Nevada. I'm taking the Nevada Wolfpack to cover the spread at home against the Santa Clara Broncos. Santa Clara has struggled early in the season, dropping 2 straight games and showing the impact of replacing many key players from last year's squad. Although they've been able to score the ball effectively, their defense has been porous, allowing over 80 points per game. Nevada, on the other hand, has been dominating its opponents, winning by an average margin of 19 points per game, including a win over a high-major opponent. Transfer Kobe Sanders has been outstanding, averaging 19 points per game with impressive efficiency, while the defense has been suffocating, holding opponents to just 62 points per game. Prediction: Nevada to cover the spread. The Wolfpack should continue their dominant play and secure a comfortable win, especially with their strong defense and efficient offense led by Sanders. For the total, I'm leaning toward the under. Despite Santa Clara's high-scoring offense, their inefficiency on offense combined with their inability to stop opponents will be problematic against Nevada's elite defense. The Wolfpack's offense, powered by Sanders and Nick Davidson, will be tough to stop, but their lack of depth in scoring means they won't blow the game wide open. Given that Nevada has limited opponents to just 62 points per game, their defense should keep Santa Clara's offense in check, leading to a lower scoring affair. Prediction: under. Nevada's defense will be the key factor in keeping the total under, despite Santa Clara's scoring potential. Pepperdine versus UC Irvine. Looking at KenPom's adjusted efficiency margin, UC Irvine stands out at 61st in the country with a plus 12.48 rating, while Pepperdine is struggling at 235th with a minus 5.56 net rating. Pepperdine has had defensive issues, including allowing 94 points in their most recent game, while UC Irvine is coming off a strong defensive performance, giving up only 60 points in their last contest. Given the Anteaters' superior efficiency and Pepperdine's defensive struggles, UC Irvine is well-positioned to cover a large spread in this matchup. Prediction: UC Irvine minus 16.5 points. UC Irvine is the clear favorite here, and their strong play on both ends of the floor, combined with Pepperdine's issues, suggests they will cover the spread at home. Both teams have been off for nearly a week, so early in the game, defensive sets may not be as sharp. However, both teams play at a fairly fast pace, with UC Irvine ranked 155th in adjusted tempo, 71.1 possessions per game, and Pepperdine ranked 173rd, 70.7 possessions per game. With both teams pushing the tempo and scoring effectively, this game should see plenty of points. Prediction: over 144.5 total points. Given the faster pace and both teams' ability to score, the total points should exceed 144.5, making the over the best bet in this matchup.